have to listen various people in various situations or various contexts. So this is how we can enrich our vocabulary. Now, as I said earlier, developing vocabulary is not only knowing the meaning of the word, but ultimately we should be able to use the word into various contexts. So we should try to use the learnt words while communicating. We can communicate with words, we can communicate by speaking, we can communicate by writing. So when we write, when we speak, we should try to use the terms which we have learnt, which we have retained, which we have memorized in our mind. So frequent usage of these words, new vocabulary items, will give you a kind of confidence, and you will be able to more familiar with the word, and gradually it will become an active vocabulary item of your list. Next, when we write emails, nowadays we are familiar to technology and we frequently write emails to various people. While emailing, use this new vocabulary items. These learnt words are to be used while emailing others. Similarly, nowadays we are very much fond of chatting with each other because it is our basic need. And when we chat with others, we should try to use these new vocabulary items. And you know, when we use these items frequently, again it will be with us forever. The meaning, the pronunciation, and the word itself. So this is how, while chatting, you can use these new vocabulary items, new words, and you will be able to master it out. And lastly, the last creation should be your masterpiece of literature. And in literature, you should be able to use, or you should be able to produce a high level of language. So ultimately, when you write something, it should be considered as a standard piece of writing. And lastly, you should try to write down the new vocabulary items in your own writing. So it can be a masterpiece afterwards due to those new vocabulary items. So this is how the learnt words are to be used in various situations. With what? We can practice those vocabulary items. See, the language lovers always will try to keep in touch with language. And now I know that you people are not only the language lovers, but you are the lovers of words, lovers of vocabulary items. And that's why I say that the people who are in love with language will always try to spend their leisure time with language. See how you can make it fruitful. Very first thing, and very simple, you should play with words. You should play with your emotions and your words. Here is a sample of crossword puzzle. Whenever we get free time, we should sit and we should try to develop our vocabulary power through crossword puzzles. We know that we find it everywhere, in newspapers, in magazines, in some books, and even on our screen. Means through net you can have lots of such crossword puzzles. Definitely it helps us a lot, and it is a playway method to enrich our vocabulary power. Next, we can try to play with words by word chain. What is this word chain? See, to Gujaratis, if I give example of Antakshari they play, it is the same. Here I have given one illustration. You can see lion. The last letter is N and the next word which is to be started is net. Start from the last word. T is again the next last letter and the train starts from the first letter. So this is how a chain is to be created through words. It's an easy way. When you get 5 minutes even, you can use this technique. Then word pyramid. You can see here on your screen a small pyramid I have made for you, just for your sake of example. O, TO2, TOP top and STOP stop. This is how word pyramid can help you to think 4 words, to get words, to get new words, to analyze and to synthesize new words, and it will also provide you a kind of enjoyment because it's a play. Now see, another activity is reversible words. When you are free and you have time, just try to reverse the words and try to enlist the words which create some meanings, which give some meanings while reversing it. Here some examples are given. TAP tap, PAT pet. So tap is reversed by the same spelling and we get a new word. NET net, TEN ten. BUT but, TUB tub. This is how reversible words is also an activity. Drop the first letter. On the screen you can see I have given examples. Let's see the example first. Brain, rain. B is dropped, the first letter is dropped, and if we drop the first letter, we'll get another new word, that is rain. Cover, over. Chair, hair. Heat, eat. So this is how we drop a letter and we get a new letter. This is also an activity of it. We can say that shrinking a word is also an activity. We can say that when we have a word, we have to cut the word by omitting certain letters, and till the end of the word we will get a new word. Hest, hate, het, et. So this is how we are shrinking a word. Similarly, sometimes we can expand the words also. See, we have A to Z alphabets, and just when you get free time, write down A, B, C, D, E, F, G till Z and start from A. Don't write A for apple, but just write A for something new which you don't know or which you have learnt in your recent future. So this is how we can shrink words. Then word tables, it's very helpful. Here I have given one illustration. In our leisure time, we can sit and we can draw a table where, and especially in scope. See, in our scope syllabus, we have variety of situations and variety of linguistic terms to be used for a particular situation. Suppose this is about the country, the name of the country, the capital, nationality, national language and currency. So this is how we can prepare a table and we can enrich our language. So this way word tables are very helpful to enrich our vocabulary. Here you can see a colorful tree. This is a word tree. This is about work. Workshop, rework, workable, worker, workout, homework, working, paperwork, etc. So this tree can give us variety of usages of a particular term. So in our leisure time, we can sit and we can develop such trees through which, suppose here the example is given of work, but we can put over here airport, and we can have variety of words. We can have a situation like jungle, and we can have variety of words. So this is how we can develop our vocabulary. Then another technique is word web. See, nowadays we are very much familiar with the term web, but originally the web came from a particular insect. We know it. It is a house of an insect. But now, right now, you can look at the screen. You will find how to become a writer. It's a concept. Web is nothing but a variety of thoughts which comes in our mind. So it gives us a kind of process, and that's why here it is written that how to become a writer. Then I have to read. One will think that what should I do? I should read, rewriting, then labeling, and word web. Then I have to get some resources. So this is how many words comes in your mind, and you can draw such web, and you can create your word web. So this is how we can learn new vocabulary items. We can use new vocabulary items. Now we are supposed to read. That is what we have spoke earlier. Read authentic materials. We should try to read authentic materials. Newspapers are the authentic material which is to be used for developing new vocabulary items. Similarly, the magazines. Newspapers, magazines, various timetables, packaging, postage and bank stationery, cards, notices, these all are used as authentic materials. Various new words you will find from such authentic reading materials. So every time we should go on reading and reading. We should be able to develop our vocabulary through these various ways. No doubt it is a tiresome task, and for that we should love language. Then we should be confident. We should say ourselves that we can do this. But for that we have to be very active, because just knowing a vocabulary item, just knowing a meaning of a word. See what happens when we learn